The Dolphins may make his number 12 the first number that they ever retired. I kind of hope so. He deserves it. There was no real surprise when Bob Griese announced today that he is retiring from football. It's been probable for months as he struggled along with that hurt shoulder. But there is an impact. There's an element of shock that the end has come of a career that certainly rose to the heights of greatness. Bob Griese, of course, will make the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but his teammates will tell you about the class of the man himself. Here's Manny Fernandez, who played defensive tackle on the Dolphins Super Bowl teams.
Bob's got respect of all the players, I think, that have ever played with him. As far as a sportsman goes, you'll never find a finer gentleman or anyone who does more for the community he lives in. It's all behind the scenes, and he keeps it very quiet. But just a super guy, great leader, and I think, you know, it's almost funny to say this, but he probably did more on the field through his intelligence of the game, his knowledge of the game, than he did with his physical attributes. It's been years since he's been able to really use the scrambling ability he used quite often when I first played with him. Lately, it's just been using the intelligence that he has gained by working harder than most other people are willing to work. And this is what I think the team is really losing.
Highlights of Bob's career, far too numerous to mention, of course. It's 1974 here. He's leading the Dolphins to their second straight Super Bowl victory, 24-7 over Minnesota in Houston. He owns every Dolphin passing record worth holding. He is one of only 14 QBs ever to pass for 25,000 yards. He was in the Pro Bowl 6 times, NFL Player of the Year in 1977. It was in 1977 that Bob became the first NFL quarterback to play wearing glasses, and he commanded a salary in keeping with his status, too, around $400,000 last year. Injuries followed him through his career: broken leg, 9 missed games in 72, major toe injury in 75, knee ligament damage in 78, hamstring in 79, and then the career ender, that tricky shoulder injury last year that just would not heal. So today it's goodbye to Bob Griese, the football player, the most prominent performer ever in South Florida sports. That leaves the Dolphin offense in the hands of second-year pro David Woodley, number 16, who certainly will have to scramble if he is to approach the Griese legend.
Well, a shoulder injury put an end to one of the NFL's most brilliant careers today. Bob Griese, who quarterbacked the Miami Dolphins to the top of pro football, retired after a superb 14-year career. Now, we could run down all of Griese's statistics and achievements, but some things are best illustrated by the past events themselves and best described by those directly involved.
Bob has been more important to this franchise than any of us in any level of the Miami Dolphins.
I didn't realize when I first came into the National Football League that 14 years later I would be saying goodbye to my playing days. I think one of the things that I've always done is not look how long I can do something, but how well I can do it. And when kids ask me that I always want to be a professional football player, my answer was no, I always wanted to be the best player I could each day. It's been 14 years, and I've had 14 good years. I've been in a lot of big games. I've been with some good people in a good town. I've had, I feel sorrow in a way for some of the players around the league that never get in a championship game. They play and play and play and never get into a championship game. And we've been in 3 and won 2. So I feel very fortunate. I'd like to thank my wife and my kids. It's taken a lot of their time throughout the years that I've been doing things, studying at home and on the road, and they certainly have been understanding and put up with me. Certainly Coach Fuel and his staff, and also the fans of Miami. Everything has to come to an end at some time. I look forward to it as a challenge to go on and do more and better things. Certainly not on the football field, but I'll be more successful and do other things in other walks of life or whatever I pursue. I'm a very competitive person, and there are other competitive things to do in life than play football.
This is the passing of an era. I expect that we're going into an era of continued excitement, but it's almost the changing of the guard when it comes time to say that Bob Griese is no longer the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.